We've got a technical analysis showing the NSE 20 index will stay in the range of between 4,200 and 4,700 points, with a break in either direction, setting the next, setting the next type of direction this market's going to take. There are mixed perceptions about where this market is actually headed. What's your view?
I believe the numbers actually coming out of the analysis from the Nairobi Stock Exchange have proved most of us analysts wrong, because news coming in realized that many investors have lost more than 53 billion just in the last 1 month of intense trading at the market. And I believe most of us were wrong about saying that the vote that happened on 4th of August will actually usher in new investor confidence, bring in foreign investors. I believe we need to look at different parameters to actually be able to analyze our markets, because as we're looking at it right now, the basic parameters that we have, fundamental aspects, common economic indicators of the market, are actually giving us wrong facts. And if we're able to lose 53 billion of investors' wealth in a month, that should tell you that there's actually something wrong. And I believe with the new constitution in place, a lot of things are actually going to change in terms of administration, in terms of financial policy, because right now we're going to look at people are going to focus on new administrative units. And I believe that the information that the market will be in the range of between 4,200 and 4,700 is a bit inaccurate, because what parameters are we actually going to use to be able to determine this figure? Because,
so what parameters are you actually looking at, Steve, to kind of gauge where this market is headed, so that you can play as an active participant within this context?
I believe we need to reestablish the companies we are going to look at. Which sectors will be able to determine the direction of the market. And one is the energy sector, and this will be looking at KenolKobil. Secondly, the telecommunication sector, and this will be looking at how Safaricom will actually be able to handle this and access Kenya. And then at the end of the day, the backbone of the economy, the agricultural sector. Mm-hmm. So the stocks in this particular sector should be able to determine for us how the market actually is supposed to go. And I believe we're looking at a gleam future as far as the market is concerned, because there's low investor confidence, and with the figures coming out, it's actually going to be even more depressing.
Mm-hmm. Lots of caution at the moment around fuel retailer KenolKobil, specifically as a result of its spat with the energy regulator in the country. We know that KenolKobil is locked in this dispute that threatens its market permit with the Energy Regulatory Commission over refining fees. What are you making of that story right now, and just how cautious is it making you?
This story has been playing out in the media for the last 1 month, and I believe there's a lot of politics involved in. I believe the lawyers for both parties are actually not being, they're not really looking at the issues per se. And I think in as much as the Ministry of Energy might have a reason as to why KenolKobil should not have a license to, to trade its products and services in this country, as a business aspect, KenolKobil has a right to be in the country and be able to have its products refined at the port in Mombasa. But I believe there's more to it than meets the eye. I believe a lot of politics is involved. There's rumor that a different energy group that's coming into play called Gulf is actually giving one of the reasons why KenolKobil having problems. The shareholders, the big shareholders behind KenolKobil are said to have fallen out of favor with the current administration, and that's what there's a lot of problem. And this, in essence, is actually playing out badly for the stock at the stock at the market, because there's this panic on it, and it's actually dropping fast. And people, the small retailers are looking at exiting it, because they've just done a split, and then now things are going south. And with Uganda having discovered oil, I don't think the energy sector in the country is actually going to sustain and grow with the current drama that we're actually experiencing through KenolKobil.